Hi, English learners. Happy New Year, and welcome to the first episode of our podcast for 2025. I'm James.
And I'm Emily. Thanks for joining us as we kick off the new year together.
Emily, it's the start of a brand new year, and you know what that means, right?
New beginnings, fresh resolutions, and a lot of opportunities to learn something new.
That's right. Today's episode is perfect for the new year because we're focusing on expressions and phrases related to making changes and having a new opportunity.
Exactly. And our dialogue today is all about someone who's making a fresh start in a big way. We'll explore some great idioms and expressions that you can use in your own daily conversations.
All right, let's listen to the dialogue for the first time. Pay attention to the expressions used about making changes.
Now that it's the new year, I've decided to turn over a new leaf.
Yeah? You finally decided to wipe the slate clean?
You got it. I have a new job, I'm living in a new city with new friends. This is my opportunity to make some small changes in the way I live my life.
So what are you gonna do? Take up an art class or something?
Well, first of all, I've decided to stop smoking. It's not that I'm pinching pennies or anything, it's just that I've been smoking since I was 16, and I think it's time to stop.
I'm with you on that one. Anything else you're planning on doing?
One last thing. I've decided to come out of the closet.
It's about time.
Wow, this dialogue really highlights some major life changes. It's inspiring to hear someone making such a fresh start. Taking on new challenges and leaving old habits behind is never easy, but it's always worth it.
Absolutely. I think a lot of people can relate to wanting to make changes, especially at the start of a new year. And did you notice all the useful phrases related to making changes or starting something new? These are perfect for conversations about resolutions or new opportunities.
That's right. These expressions are not only useful, but also quite common in everyday English.
Exactly. And don't worry if they're new to you. We're going to explain each of those expressions so you can use them confidently in your own conversations. All right, let's take a look at the first phrase, turn over a new leaf.
Turn over a new leaf.
Turn over a new leaf.
To turn over a new leaf means to make a fresh start or change your behavior for the better. For example, you could say, after years of bad habits, I decided to turn over a new leaf and start exercising every day. It's a great expression for New Year's resolutions, isn't it?
That's so true. I also think it's a phrase that encourages personal growth. It's like saying, you don't have to be perfect, you just need to try to be better than yesterday. It's a very hopeful expression.
Absolutely, Emily. It's a reminder that every day is a chance to improve and grow, no matter how small the steps might be. We encourage you guys to try using this phrase when talking about their own fresh starts.
All right, the next one is wipe the slate clean.
Wipe the slate clean.
Wipe the slate clean.
This means to forget past mistakes and start fresh, just like erasing a chalkboard. For instance, you could say, after our argument, we decided to wipe the slate clean and move on. It's a very positive way to approach the new year.
And it's not just about relationships or mistakes. It can apply to any aspect of life. For example, if you've had a tough time with your studies or work, you can decide to wipe the slate clean and start with a new mindset. It's very empowering, don't you think?
Yeah, I agree. It's like giving yourself permission to start fresh, which can be really motivating. Whether it's a big decision or a small change, wiping the slate clean can make a huge difference.
All right, let's move on to the next phrase, pinching pennies.
Pinching pennies.
Pinching pennies.
Pinching pennies means being very careful with money or spending as little as possible. For example, you could say, since I'm saving for a vacation, I've been pinching pennies wherever I can.
That's a really useful phrase, especially in today's world where budgeting is so important. You might hear people say they're pinching pennies when planning for something big, like a wedding or buying a house. It's a great way to express being mindful about money.
Exactly. A practical idiom for sure. And now, let's listen to our dialogue a second time. This time, try to catch how these idioms are used in context and think about how you might use them in your own life.
Now that it's the new year, I've decided to turn over a new leaf.
Yeah? You finally decided to wipe the slate clean?
You got it. I have a new job, I'm living in a new city with new friends. This is my opportunity to make some small changes in the way I live my life.
So what are you going to do? Take up an art class or something?
Well, first of all, I've decided to stop smoking. It's not that I'm pinching pennies or anything, it's just that I've been smoking since I was 16, and I think it's time to stop.
I'm with you on that one. Anything else you're planning on doing?
One last thing. I've decided to come out of the closet.
It's about time.
So, after hearing the dialogue a second time, it's clearer now, isn't it? You can really get a sense of how these phrases fit into everyday conversations.
Absolutely. Now that we've heard the dialogue again, let's break down the remaining phrases and understand them better.
Okay. Today's fourth phrase is come out of the closet.
Come out of the closet.
Come out of the closet.
This phrase means to reveal something personal about yourself, often related to one's identity or a long-kept secret. For example, you could say, I came out of the closet to my family during the holidays, and they were very supportive. It's a powerful expression that's commonly used in a supportive and understanding context.
That's right. This phrase is often associated with revealing one's sexual orientation, but it can also be used more broadly to describe sharing any deeply personal or hidden truth. It's a significant step for many people, and using it shows both empathy and respect for their journey.
Exactly. It's also important to remember that coming out can be a deeply emotional and personal process. Everyone's experience is different, and being supportive and open-minded can make a huge difference for someone sharing their truth.
All right, the next phrase is take up.
Take up.
Take up.
Take up something means to start doing a new activity or hobby, often something you've never tried before. For instance, you could say, I've decided to take up yoga as a way to relax after work. It's a versatile expression that works well for both casual hobbies and more serious pursuits.
That's a great point, Emily. What I like about this phrase is how flexible it is. You can take up something light and fun, like painting, or something more challenging, like learning a new language. It's all about exploring new interests and growing as a person.
Right, and it's also a great way to step out of your comfort zone. Taking up something new can be both exciting and rewarding.
All right, today's last phrase is, I'm with you on that one.
I'm with you on that one.
I'm with you on that one.
The phrase, I'm with you on that one, means that you agree with someone or support their opinion. It's a casual and friendly way to show that you feel the same way about something. Now, let's listen to some example.
Example 1.
I think it's time to start living a healthier lifestyle.
I'm with you on that one. Let's start by eating more vegetables and exercising regularly.
Example 2.
I think we should plan a weekend trip to the mountains.
I'm with you on that one. It's the perfect way to relax and recharge.
You can use this phrase in conversations to express solidarity or agreement, especially when someone shares their thoughts or plans. It's a great way to show that you're on the same page.
Exactly. Okay, now let's listen to the dialogue one last time and see how these 6 phrases come to life.
Now that it's the new year, I've decided to turn over a new leaf.
Yeah? You finally decided to wipe the slate clean?
You got it. I have a new job, I'm living in a new city with new friends. This is my opportunity to make some small changes in the way I live my life.
So what are you going to do? Take up an art class or something?
Well, first of all, I've decided to stop smoking. It's not that I'm pinching pennies or anything, it's just that I've been smoking since I was 16, and I think it's time to stop.
I'm with you on that one. Anything else you're planning on doing?
One last thing. I've decided to come out of the closet.
It's about time.
Okay, we're back. By the way, James, do you have any plans to turn over a new leaf this year?
That's a great question, Emily. Actually, I've decided to focus more on my health. I'm planning to take up running and improve my diet.
That sounds like a fantastic goal. I'm sure our listeners will be cheering you on.
Thanks, Emily. What about you? Any New Year's resolutions?
I do, but I'll save them for our next lesson since it's all about New Year's resolutions. Stay tuned, everyone.
Great idea, Emily. I'm sure our listeners are excited to hear about it next time. Well, that's it for today's episode. We hope you learned some useful phrases to talk about making changes in your life.
Remember, practicing these expressions in real conversations will help you sound more natural in English.
And if you have any stories about turning over a new leaf, let us know in the comments.
All right. Thanks for listening, guys, and we'll see you in the next episode. Bye.